7 o'clock in the morning in the rain.
We have one more Jayda.
Hey. Waiting to show y'all that I'm no one-hit wonder.
Box cover, this is Duttyberry and welcome to a brand new top 10 social media countdown. So let's get right into it.
The dirty or the berry, yeah, the juicy or the scoop. All the things that going on and missing on the news. Tell your sister and your auntie said the countdown coming soon. All the drama what you want, you for tuning to the youth. Like, yo, hey, the box cover, uncover all the topics like a hymn. Pot cover, mix up, blender, all them suck me out what happening of the week, yo, just tune in, scene.
Number 10, R. Kelly found guilty. Migungo still peas. So, oh my God. So, I found out this news just today because I think today it just released that R. Kelly is now, he was found guilty of all counts in sex trafficking and racketeering. No, let me just read you what the news say. According to Vlad TV, R. Kelly was found guilty of all counts in his racketeering and sex trafficking case Monday. It took 9 hours across 2 days for the jury, which included 7 men and 5 women, to reach a unanimous verdict. Now, prosecutors were able to nail the disgraced singer on racketeering charges by showing jurors how R. Kelly used friends and employees to facilitate his sexual abuse and transport his victims across state lines. Ooh. Now, R. Kelly could spend the rest of his life in prison, and he will be sentenced on May 4, 2022. The singer still faces criminal charges in Minnesota and Illinois.
This is crazy.
Okay, but it seems as if the singer is not going to just take that just so, because his lawyer did come out and say that he will be appealing the sentence.
Of course, Mr. Kelly is disappointed. He was not anticipating this verdict because based on the evidence, why should he anticipate this verdict? When you go with a discovery, you saw witness after witnesses giving 3, 4, 5 different versions as to what they said happened here. The government cherry-picked the version that they thought would be a continuation of the narrative that was first put out by Cheryl Mack and surviving R. Kelly.
Okay, so let me know, burritos, what do you make of this sentence? Are you still a fan of R. Kelly? Will you still listen to his music? I'd love to hear from you, so sound off below. Number 9, Kartel legacy, Megaza. Alright, so Vybz Kartel, he's currently behind bars, and he dropped this bit of information on social media to, I guess, let the public know what he's doing with his wealth and how he's trying to build upon his legacy. So the dancehall artist wrote, "Just buy a bigger house for my parents on the hill since month. Transfer 2 properties in my son name for him 18th birthday and buy him 8.9 acres of land to celebrate the birth of him son, which is me grandson. My daughter, she get shy and said, Daddy, please take out part till the results come. I'm so proud of her because she's just 14 years old. I'm stronger than ever mentally and physically after them think me I go mash up. Celebrating vanity? No. A blessings me account. Big up my supporters. A special big up to my haters. Both of you doing a good job to motivate unstoppable me. From humble beginnings, but the legacy continues. When I look at where I'm coming from, Lila IK." Oh wow! Okay, we can give a round of applause to Vybz Kartel. Quick and fast. Okay. Yes, so Vybz Kartel point out there that he's actually, still finding ways to look out for his family and that he wants to build upon what you call generational wealth. And so many entertainers were actually in the comment section giving him commendations, including Spice, he had DJ Academics, and of course Lila IK, who was very much caught up in emotions because if you know Lila rate Vybz Kartel down to the bone. But all I have to say is, big up Vybz Kartel for this because, whether or not you want to come talk about the little badness where he may or not be involved in, this thing where I do for him family and mute them right now is very much commendable. Let me know what you have to say about this, burritos. Sound off below. Number 8, Jayda Detained, me YouTube. Alright, so burritos, Jayda, I think her name is Sheaves. She, recently came to the island to celebrate her 24th birthday. And just in case you probably wonder who the hell is Jayda, let me just go give you a little backstory because honestly, me not even really know much about her myself.
Who was a more Jayda?
I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur. I started when I was 16. A lot of young girls look up to me, aspiring business owners, girls like in the beauty industry who like makeup, getting dressed cute. And, I just like to be that role model to a lot of young girls.
And many of them might actually know her as Lil Baby's baby mother. So, alright, so Jayda visited Jamaica to celebrate her 24th birthday, and she go about the place, you know, a party. She came here upon her private jet, and all of them excitement there, just living life, because clearly Jamaica is a tourist-loving place. Pandemic, where? So, in the middle of that now, and after she done celebrate now, all of a sudden now, me jump up on my Twitter page, and I saw this post from Adrian Gordon, and it read, Jayda detained for guns. Weapons are licensed in the US, but were taken to Jamaica without authorization. So same time, I was just like, what the box foot is this? So I'm going to look at research, and this is what I found. Jayda, also known as Jayda Wader, and Gregory Wright, a member of her entourage, were both charged by police in Jamaica with the illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition after 2 guns were found before their departure. Now, Jayda and Wright are booked to appear in the Western Regional Court on Wednesday. So my girl, I go stay put and go face whatever consequences according to the Jamaican laws. Burritos, I do not know much about this girl, but I think it is very unfortunate that she came here for to celebrate her birthday and go book up on this, this unfortunate situation. But let me know what you have to say about this. You feel sorry for her? Sound off below. Number 7, PNP Cross. Okay, so recently we had Mr. Patterson's party having, his group try to storm Gordon House. And now, I guess the PNP decides that they're going to follow suit. And they had their leader, the very controversial leader, Karen Cross, who decided that she was going to step to the PNP headquarters and have some sort of peaceful protest. But you see, when Karen reached the headquarters, the people them lock her out. The people them lock her out. She could not step foot in there for go do her protest. But my girl did smart, unlike the other party. She actually brought less than 8 persons so she could stay within the confines of the DRMA Act.
I can't express my feeling about that, since as far as I know, the PNP gate has never been chained or locked to prevent any PNP member from coming on the compound. So like this administration, the PNP, this is a new thing. But it's clear from all of this what their intentions are. We came here for a peaceful protest, and by organizing groups of people from his constituency to come on the PNP's ground and gather and lock the gate, it is clear that Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell is angling for a confrontation.
Burritos, what enough going to say about Miss Karen Cross and her actions? Do you think it is the right time for something like this within the PNP? Are you champion our efforts? I'd love to hear. Sound off below.
Y'all, my tour guide riding the horse. Yeah. Uh-oh, he done ate your damn shirt. Oh, hell. He eating it too.
Number 6, Oral does music. My word, my sentence. So, broadcaster Oral Tracy, him for sports commentary on TVJ, but apparently him kind of, tired of just doing, the little TVJ work, and he wants to do something, I guess, that's more fun and true to him. So he is engaging now in the entertainment business, becoming an artist, and his name is actually the Maverick Oral Tracy.
Maverick Oral Tracy? Who you?
It's me, Mickey Mouse.
No Mickey Mouse, to Mickey Mouse, no. Yo, me no Mickey Mouse, me live in a Nicky house. In a Nicky house, me a no Mickey Mouse. No Mickey Mouse.
Okay, you know what? Let me just, it's not about whether or not me like it. I think the song is a song, it have a little vibe. I just think, say, in a dancehall, you have some people for some lyrical warfare type of content, and then you have those who go and bring the humor to it, like the Professor Nuts. And I think that is the space that Oral is trying to occupy with this single in a Nicky also. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the song Burritos? You think this is a good look for Mr. Tracy? Sound off below. Number 5, Butlers Speech. Alright, so Burritos, let me just tell you, one of my favorite political figures in the Caribbean right now is the Barbadian Prime Minister, Mia Mottley. Just because she just strikes me as somebody who is so passionate, somebody who is so aware, and she has a particular style that is very Maya Angelou-esque, where she literally leaves you hanging on to every word, every utterance. It just sounds so profound. She could literally tell you, say, eat food. It would sound like the greatest thing ever told on mankind. So according to the Jamaica Observer, an impassioned Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley on Friday, September 24, sought to spur meaningful actions from the 193-member United Nations when she focused on her frustrations with inaction by the rest of the world's nation.
No access to vaccines. In the words of Robert Nesta Marley, who will get up and stand up? Who will get up and stand up for the rights of our people? Who will stand up in the name of all those who have died during this awful pandemic? The millions. Who will stand up in the name of all those who have...
I think this is exactly why they call her the Prime Minister of the Caribbean, because she is just that woman. She, I don't know, she just wake up her room. I don't know, she just special. Something about her. I don't know. But Burritos, like, were you here for her speech? Did you love it as much as I did? Sound off below. Number 4, r.kelly and Tanya Stephens says, alright, Burritos, many people have been, coming on social media sharing their thoughts since this entire pandemic. Some people are very disgruntled with the government, and some people are just, over the rules and the regulations that they have to adhere to. And what better place to basically spew whatever is their opinions than to go online. And so recently, r.kelly has been making several videos basically pleading to the public and, being very critical of the current administration, the Andrew Holness-led administrations over their handling of the pandemic. And so one such video is this.
Spam, you have to organize before you go out there because the system already organized. And that a beat, Yo, you not start get beaten by Babylon. Me telling you what there. Last week, me telling you, say, stay home. See? Boom! See me come burn the fire and stand up on the battlefield and show some judgment and some light the ball in that Android. See? And the whole week I free up and Sunday lockdown. See? Then if one somebody can come out. See? Remember so when me talking the whole of Jamaica shut up, See? Remember see me alone did vocal,
And yes, okay, r.kelly. And in the middle of that, not to be outdone, is Tanya Stephens.
Foolishness with the curfew. If you're going to have a curfew and say you lock off night, but you can't say me lock off night Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but Saturday me lock off evening, and then Sunday, you know what, let me just lock off the day. This makes no sense, and it makes you look neurotic. That's the only thing it does. It makes you look neurotic, and it makes people unwilling to entertain you. Everybody with common sense don't want to entertain you because you sound like idiots. Because what can somebody spread on Sunday afternoon that they can't spread on Monday evening?
Okay, Burritos, so you have heard them. Do you agree with them? You think them make sense? You can pick the little sense out of the nonsense? Or where? Are you here for more entertainers basically, sharing their thoughts and their views on social media? Sound off below. Alright, Burritos, so up on the big up segment, I'm going for a big up on my Bridging Carlton Brown menswear fashion designer. For the bad suit, them you say always as a Usain Bolt and anybody who is somebody in Jamaica. Anyway, so he is now one of the latest Johnny Walker ambassadors. That is a big deal. Congratulations, sir.
How the love for my craft developed is really growing up in foster care, because that's where I really grew up. So me growing up in foster care, just having a machine in that home really taught me one thing. I mean, something is there, use it. And then at the same time, because the machine was there, I remember I get a beat and the boy have to pull up on shirt. Just to see how it was constructed, you know what I mean? And I never forget that, but that taught me one thing. I mean, I wanted to know, I wanted to learn, I wanted to see everything, The big...
Also have to go and big up media personality Kartel Reed on her first TED Talk. No, this...
Hey yo, this is Sean Paul ever flossing, and you don't know we're endorsing the Duttyberry social media countdown. Keep it.
Number 3, Sha'carri heading to MVP.
When? Who's part our time? Who's part?
No man, honestly, this cannot be true. Like, this has to be an entire fake type of news. This cannot be real. So let me just jump into a quick synopsis of what is going on. So so recently Elaine Thompson here, she came back to the island for to celebrate life, enjoy a little time with her husband and all of these things, because girl has been working. And so now that it is off season, she needs to relax. And so she has been doing so. Now in the middle of this news came up, saying that Elaine Thompson have plans to leave from MVP. MVP, the place that really honed the talent and unleashed it to the world in 10.54 seconds. So I'm just like, why the box photo did Elaine chose no? This time when she is now the fastest woman in history to depart from the coaching that brought her this far. So the news that I say, she probably ever go to her husband and gonna make her husband coach her. And I was just like, but me don't know much about the man here. Like,
Lord Jesus.
Then, in the middle of that, I realized that is our coach Stephen Francis. He is the one who seems like him at the whole heap of the talking, because him is somebody don't hold back. Like Stephen seem like him kind of like a mix up to it, like him no ram for just, you know, anytime the athlete them get pan him nerve, him will just start say the little things them, and him no ram for call up the media house them, whether it be Observer or Gleaner, anybody like him will just tell the little things them. So Stephen Francis is good for that too. Then, you know, spoke to people and basically said that him don't think that Elaine is going to return, and then he went on to say that, hear what, Elaine must have sent a letter, and she said some she said some not nice things to him that him can't even repeat what she said to him, and he don't even want to repeat what him said to her. So you know, say it was a true for true. No, I'm like, why are people writing letters and emails cussing off each other these days? I think that's what a good voice note or an in-person thing is for.
I want to somehow a big-head ugly man, me ignorant. I want class, you know, and talk some different things.
Then now, in typical Stephen Francis style now, him put in the little shade and the little stuff basically. I say most of the time when the athletes them reach a certain level of prominence and them start for, you know, get like a fame, they make the hype get to them head and them start for deal with things different and them forget about, you know, who they are and the importance of, you know, keeping the regime that is in progress. But then now, you have news saying, according to the Jamaica Gleaner, that veteran coach Stephen Francis has confirmed that he is considering an opportunity to condition a top international female sprinter at the request of US sports goods maker Nike, which sponsors both Francis and the unnamed athlete.
I run too much joke here, man.
No, right there and then, people, we no fool. We know say Nike, you know, sponsor Sha'carri. Me not even know say Nike sponsor Stephen Francis. And at some point in time, Nike did a sponsor Elaine, even though me hear say Elaine is going to leave from Nike and go to Puma. So right there and then, you know, say it is not only a competition on the tracks, you know, it is also a competition in the business side of things, because if the coach signed to Nike and this girl I believe from Elaine, I believe from Nike and go to Puma, right there, so you have friction at the camp in terms of how the business thing set up. And then now you hear say Nike try to build this unnamed athlete who is also tied to Nike. I don't Elaine for cut. Maybe Elaine hear the little rumor where I go on and Elaine no want to train with Sha'carri. Maybe that I go on and I cannot wrong her right there, so I wrong her, my right people.
That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
So Burritos, I'd love to hear from you. Do you agree with Elaine for, you know, leaving MVP if this is actually true? And do you agree that it is very likely to be Sha'carri? Sound off below. Number 2, gender reveal gets weird. Alright, Burritos, so you know, say everybody is doing gender reveal parties, but this gender reveal one that so happened to take place at Devon House took a turn. No, honestly, you know, me not laugh. Me not laugh. I am now. You literally had one job. How could you mess that up? How?
Next question.
Boy, Burritos, what would you do if this happened? Would you just, you know, spill the beans and just reveal the gender, or you think it just like, you know, build up the some suspense, make it into like a sequel, and then do it back next week? This time, you'll secure the balloon. Sound off below. And number 1 goes to Michael Blessings. Alright, so, you know, last week on the social media countdown, I spoke about Michael Reed, who was the young man who pleaded on social media, basically, you know, detailing his story and saying that he's been having a rough time and he's contemplating going to the streets to do something violent if something does not change in his life.
What kind of crime me want commit in a life so make them thing here reach me, so come on. You see me right now in the street and most people just start rob people. God know. You see me? Yo, me have it hard in my life, you know. You see me? And me a try. You see me? Like, me not try. Me a try. You see me? Me don't want to do the wrong thing. You see me? Me a try to do the right thing all the while. You see me? But it's hard.
But the good thing about that is that he actually asked for prayers that, you know, people would really reach out and give that energy so that he wouldn't have to resort to criminal activity. And it looked like, so the prayers worked, because blessings, Pantapa blessings poured down on this 21-year-old gentleman, Michael Reed. Now, Michael Reed, so many people reached out to me. I tell you, I did one video, I think it was a countdown quickie, and so many people reached out to me online, like, can I get his contact? And I think the Angel and I think Tara Playfair as well. So many people reached out to try to get a hold of him, and it seems that he is now well because he posted this video to social media to thank everyone for the support.
2 days ago, I come on the internet and I post a video crying out for prayer and them thing, you see me? And a bag of people reach out to me and I'm not lie, I'm happy, you see me? So yeah, that video I be telling you a big thanks, you see me, for everybody who reach out, you see me? And not for worrying yourself when I go see the progress, you see me? When I see the progress of everything, you see me? So thanks to everybody who reach out, whether by prayer, financially, emotionally, every alley. You see me, really respect the strength, man. You see me, so yeah, a whole heap of manners and respect, man. You see me, to everybody who reach out to me, man. Bless up, man. You see me, and as I say, you can look out for great things, you see me. I mean him cornerstone boss. The stone the builder refused on the head cornerstone. Me this. You see me, so yeah, man. My name is Michael Reed, aka Cornerstone Boss. So last night I came on DJ Turkle live. And 11 persons sponsored me, 600 US overall. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody. So here is what the money has done so far. So with that 600 US, I was able to buy a fridge, a TV, and a blender. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone, to Michibu, DJ Turtle, the whole team. I really appreciate the help very much. So take a walk with me, let me take you guys to the phone cover. Far, come here. So far, here is it. You see me? I should have 150, but due to the fact that I have a pre-order the chicken them, I'm looking to get the 100. You see me? So here is it. So Tuesday coming, I'm going to get some more. So over here, some have 4 bags of feed. You see me? Show them me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.5 bags of feeding. You see me? So yeah, I hate this, but as you can see, it's a big cube.
Yes. So you heard him say and you saw what is going on, that he's actually going to be, you know, raising chickens as a way of building some sort of income for himself. And I'm telling you, hundreds of people reached out. So I know this young man will be getting support, and hopefully persons reach out to him, I don't know, whatever agency, to really help him with his mental health, because, you know, the funds and the money, it is all good, but that part of the equation, it needs to be catered to. But honestly, you know, I just love this. I love seeing all of these stories, and once again, there are so many Jamaicans who are going through it right now. But my suggestion is to just, as I say, pray. Reach out to people who you know you can talk to, because I tell you, it's easy to walk around and buckle up everything. If a ball, you have a ball. Get it out. Get it. Don't walk around with it, because when you do that, you have all this hunger and this hatred for persons who are out there and around you, and they don't know the demons, or they don't know what you're battling. And so, you know, if you can find those spaces that you can just get your emotions out, and then, you know, speak to people, speak to individuals that you know will have your best interests at heart, and who are in a position to help you, not in a little way where you can become a leech, you know, but help you in a way that you can be independent and show them that you are now standing on your own. So that is it, Berritos. Let me know what you thought about this, you know, awesome story from Michael Reed. You know, sound off. Okay, peeps, we've come to the end of another social media top 10 countdown. Yes, man, if you did enjoy it, please hit the thumbs up button, like the video, you know, as well as to turn on your post notifications. And do not forget to leave a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite part of the countdown, as well as to, you know, share the video and subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. I'm still trying to get to the 300,000 mark. And when you have done so, you can just follow me on my social media right here. So on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, all over. Then, if you want to advertise within the social media countdown, just shoot me an email to right here. All right, take care. Until next time.
The dirty are the berry, yeah, the juicy are the scoop. All the things that going on and missing on the news. Tell your sister and your auntie said the countdown coming soon. All the drama what you want, you for tuning to the youth. Like, yo, hey, the box cover, cover all the topics like a hymn. Then pot cover, mix up, blender, all them suck me, I what happening at the week, yo, just tune in, scene.